Can we start with personnel injuries? Anybody at Pervader? What's the latest with?
We'll have to wait for him. I don't know exactly what will be the time to return to play. Probably 3-4 weeks, maybe more. We don't know.
How frustrating has Pervader's time been here for you and him?
Yes, it is, because we know that he is talented as a winger with this ability to dribble, to create something from nothing in short spaces, and so far he wasn't available for many reasons.
Last week, the win at Sheffield Wednesday, listening to a few of the players after the weekend talking about the game, saying that there are obviously areas that you wouldn't be happy about, but you can iron out on the training pitch. So looking back at that game and this past week, what have you been working on? What have you not been pleased about?
It was an important week because we had time to review this game especially, but there was like a short period of time to reset analysis about our game model, what we have to improve, what we are doing well as well. And I think because this league is long with different opponents, different scenarios, different emotions as well, it's important to keep the consistency, and we improved massively our way of playing from the beginning of the season until now. And sometimes we can struggle a little bit because we have opponents, we have different obstacles, but we are learning from every experiences, and I think this week was important for that, and it showed that sometimes we can, because we are moving forward, but if we lose some specific focus, maybe it could be a step back, and because we think it's probably it's consistent, but if we don't pay attention about the specific elements, we can struggle, and I think it was important this week.
You just said there, when the season's long, you get to March now, and 11 games left. How do you keep it fresh on the training pitch? You don't want to lose that consistency, as you say, but at the same time, you want everybody to feel like reinvigorated, if you like.
Yeah. We reduced the volume a little bit, and we want to keep the intensity level. And yes, we have to manage the fatigue, because it's not only about the legs; it's about the head and the brain and the enthusiasm that we have to play a good football. So sometimes it's a little bit more difficult, but I think because we love football, we like this activity. It's still the connection about the game, and if we can play with our strength, reinforce our confidence, because we know that we can play many things very well, and we can just make some adjustment to reduce our weaknesses, and we can move forward.
And how, on an average training day, I mean, how do you break it down now? Because I know obviously Mike Dodds has left, and Alessandro's taken on sort of new roles within the coaching. How does it work? Who's in charge of what? Who does what?
I think the organization was not difficult to reset, because every members of the staff are not just focused on a specific task. We involve everyone in many tasks, and they are aware of the game model, so they can slide from one position to another position easily, and they are involved. So the question of rebuilding the staff wasn't a tough question. I think it was solved after 1 or 2 weeks. Obviously, you have to find the new workflow, but it's not difficult.
You're so far clear of 5th place. Is it difficult to keep everybody motivated in terms of these last games of the season?
I don't think so. I think if we are focused on our game and just the willingness to win the next one, it's our job. And sometimes, obviously, when you are chasing the second place, you can have an extra motivation. But I think it's not the main motivation. The main motivation is to play, to win, and after that we can control some elements, but the others are out of control. And if Leeds and Sheffield or Burnley are doing very well until the end of the season, and we finish with the fourth place with a great amount of points, it's good for us. But if the opponents are better than us, we have to accept that.
Cardiff then at the weekend. You talk about consistency. You've come through your first season in England. It seems like most weeks you're meeting another new coach, because so many are losing their jobs through the season in Cardiff. So yet another example of a different coach from the one you met at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, it was a good start. I remember it was a tough game because we won until just at the end of the game. And they struggled, but at the same time we felt during this game that they had good players, sometimes a good team, but they didn't find the right dynamic, probably, and sometimes it's difficult to understand why it works or why it doesn't work. But they still have good players. They can play a good football, and obviously we'll have to play our best football, because it's like that even at home. We lost against Hull. We know that we are not invincible, so it's important to win again.
Cardiff as well did something in the week which not many teams have done. That's score against Burnley. So
Yeah.
clearly there's a little bit of a threat there somewhere.
Yeah, sure. They can play a very good football. So we analyze their strengths, their weaknesses, like usual. But at the same time, our main focus is about us, because I think if we play at our best level, continue to improve of well playing, we'll create chances, we will protect our goal, and I hope we will win.
And you've just mentioned that whole game at home, losing at home for the first time this season. Is that a timely reminder to the players mentally as well, that to sort of not let that happen again at the stadium?
Yeah, it's important. It's really important. And I don't think it was because of an overconfidence. We had other games before when we were on the limit, and it was possible to even to lose at home. So it just means that we have to be consistent every time. And this league is special, really special. If we can't dominate everyone just being on the pitch, we have to work hard, we have to be consistent, we have to be clinical, and so on.
Mayenda took his opportunity against Sheffield Wednesday. How is that battle between him and Isidore? Do they push each other, and does it give you more to think about with the selection for this weekend?
Good news to have two good strikers. It's very good news, and they are doing well together. They play together sometimes, and but I say together because I think they are well connected, and we are lucky to have two good strikers with probably different style of play, different players' personalities, and they are pushing one and the other because they are well connected with the team. They are two hard workers, and it's very positive for a coach, for a team, and for a club like us to have two strikers available with a good efficiency and good connection with the team and so on.
And you mentioned that they have played together. Obviously, that would probably mean maybe a change in formation. Are you tempted to play them together? What are you thinking?
Yeah, it's possible, but at the same time, we still have 11 games left to play, and we have to manage our short squad because we don't have many players available. So at the minute, I'm more in the mindset to manage everyone rather than putting everyone on the pitch. And it's important to finish well this league. And sometimes it's important to refresh the team, and I think it was the case at Sheffield. And Brownie, Leo, Eli started, and they did well. They helped the team, so I think for the group and for the team it was really positive.
And Nick mentioned about how do you kind of approach it with your fifth very you're in the promotion places, playoff places very comfortably. But I guess there's still a long time to go till May. So how do you manage that whilst you want momentum, particularly at the end of the season when in all likelihood you will be in the playoffs?
Exactly. So it's not finished for the playoff because we need points. Probably 10, 12 points to be in the playoffs, and I think it's really important to maintain the level and to gain this momentum at the end of the season. It's because it's important to refresh the team, to use every players available to help the team, and to keep the same consistency about the learning process, the way we want to improve our game model, the way we want to improve some details. And if we keep these ideas, I think we can build a strong momentum until the end of the season.
Thank you.
Your home record overall has been excellent this season, but following the defeat and 1 or 2 draws, do you think it would benefit everyone to give a dominant home performance, and perhaps for the crowd as well, to see you take ownership of playing at home again?
I would like, but it's tough. It's tough. I think we had some good periods during the games at home, but it wasn't. Often it wasn't consistent over all the course of the full game, and I think sometimes it was the case about the game level, but not about the finishing zone. So if we can combine both, I think yes, it's our main purpose. But it's like an emergence. It's not just a statement. We want to be dominant at home. We have to create conditions for that, and I think we are not too far from this idea. But at the same time, we have an opponent, and they want to stay in the league. They are working hard, so it's not easy.
Just one other thing, Nisha and Nick have touched upon it. So you have at times played 2 up front this season. Do you think the position you find yourself in gives you the luxury to experiment a little, either in terms of personnel or formation, or do you feel it's more important just to maintain your consistency?
I think it's still important to maintain consistency. At the minute, we don't have this the opportunity to waste time. It's impossible, and so consistency is key, really. And we did well so far, so it's just a question now of improvements and consistency. Yeah.
Can I just ask, how much have you enjoyed this season compared to your other seasons in coaching and management?
Oh, this one was really special, I think, especially here in England and in this club. To summarize, I should say that the connection with the club was really positive, because in that stage of my career, probably I wanted to be connected with my desire and how I want to coach. I want to be connected with a staff, a club, and players, because sometimes you work with a group which doesn't fit exactly what you would like to do, and as a head coach, sometimes it's not possible to find this opportunity, and it was the case here. So for many reasons, I really enjoyed this season so far.
And with that in mind, what would it mean to you personally and to all the other staff to achieve something like promotion at a club like this?
It's very rare in a career, I think. So we'll see, because expectations are high, I get that, but at the same time, we don't have to be carried away by negative or positive emotions. I think the consistency is really a key, and in that circumstances, it's very important to stay focused on our game. So we'll see at the end, and if we deserve something, we'll see, and we'll be happy. But we will work hard until the end. I can say that.
You say expectations high there, but is the self-belief in the club really high as well? And the fact that you watched Leeds drop points last week, it can't happen. So is the belief still there that not just players, but even something more could be possible?
Yeah, we are still positive, and many things can happen. So we have 11 games to left to play with 33 points. So it's massive. We don't know. We'll see.